Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Speed Build Someday. Today, we're building a starter home in The Sims 4, a Tudor-style starter home in The Sims, and the whole goal of this was to make a house that is a starter home, but doesn't look like one, because we all know that starter homes, they're just ugly. Under any circumstance, they're always bad, and it's so sad, and no one wants to play like that, and so I tried to make something that actually looked good and furnished and finished, because oftentimes with starter homes, obviously, you have to sacrifice something. Like, obviously, you have the cheapest appliances everywhere, you have no decorations, you have no landscaping, and you have, like, the bare minimum furnishings, and it's really sad, and it's not a fun experience to play in at all. And I was on stream doing this thing where I had basically I wrote new rules for a wheel spin legacy challenge, which I'll talk more about in videos coming up soon on my channel, but basically you randomize a complete sim, all of her storyline, her appearance, her traits and stuff, all randomized, and then every day you number generate randomly for what she has to do. I have written like 300 options, and then your sim just lives that way. Like, do you quit your job? Do you get pregnant? Do you divorce your significant other? Yeah, because the wheel said so. And so in this Let's Play, I was playing through it. She was living in Windenburg, the wheel said to, and I just got sick of my awful house, and I couldn't live like that anymore, and I didn't really want to build something new, because I was like, I just want to play The Sims, I always build, I just want to play, and I looked on the gallery for one, and I just couldn't find one that, like, fit the style that I wanted, but also wasn't too expensive or empty. Like, all of the options were either, like, nice on the outside, but empty on, like, completely empty on the inside, like, actually no furniture, or it was, like, horrible on the outside, and just not a good complete build. Like, and I just couldn't find a thing that I might have just been searching in the wrong places, but I just couldn't find a Tudor style Lil starter home that wasn't empty. Because realistically, that happens a lot where you try and filter on the gallery for like certain prices, like certain budgets, and then all the houses there are empty because people have built the exterior. So it's like, oh, a 20K house and it looks this good, and then you go inside and there's no furniture. It's like an unfurnished house. But I am not that guy. I furnished this house, and it's a starter home. It's not a base game build. Obviously, it's in Get Together's world. I used a lot of items from other packs, and I think it turned out really cute. I mean, obviously, the furnishings are a little bit sparse in some places, but the living space is complete, and it's fully landscaped. And this is thanks to not my money, but thanks to a new cheat they added to The Sims 4. If you guys missed it, they unlocked all of the world edit objects, so like all of the plants you see in the world that we didn't have in our build catalog, they unlocked them in debug now. There's two cheats you gotta type in. You type in bb.show hidden objects and then bb.show live edit objects, and that way you can get into all of the items from the world. So like all those Windenburg trees that are so pretty that we couldn't have before, we have them now, and they're so beautiful, they're so fun to play with, and so obviously you can place them. They are free, but they also aren't like fully formed objects, so your Sims will walk through them and stuff, which is a little bit frustrating. But you know what? You can't have it all. Obviously, these objects weren't made to be actual objects in the game, so your Sims will walk through them. But at least they're free, so you can get pretty trees, and your build looks finished for free. Get connected for free with Education Connection. Am I right, guys? Am I right? But anyway, the build, I believe it has a computer in it. There's no TV, but there's a nice fireplace. There's a bedroom for a child or a teen or like some other person. So you could fit 3 Sims here, theoretically. Or it could just be an office or a nursery or whatever you need it to be. But it is furnished for 3 Sims. And I think it turned out really cute. I was proud of it. It worked for my Sims because she was pregnant. She needed another baby's room. And so I built this house and then deleted the bed so that I could put a crib there. I wish we had a real crib. Side note, sorry. I wish we had real cribs in The Sims. Like, we have these bassinets, but I want, like, a crib. Like a toddler's crib, you know? I don't want just a bassinet. It's so sad. I think it's because toddlers are a little bit older in The Sims 4 than they were in The Sims 3, so, like, the cribs, they're probably outgrowing cribs by that point, like, a little bit. But I wish the babies could go into a crib. Like, I get that they're objects and they're tied to the bassinet, but can they be tied to a crib also? Because, I don't know, I have never once known a baby to be in a bassinet. Like, all the experiences I have with babies are, like, cribs that you can have them use for a long time and not outgrow, and, like, eventually maybe the crib will turn into a bed, like, you can take the things off and it becomes a bed. Like, that's realistic in my brain. Bassinets, not a thing I've ever seen in real life. maybe this is just a my family thing, I don't know, but like, again, really bassinets, no experience with those. And like, it's like a little, the babies are so worthless in The Sims, we need a little bit more for them. I don't mean to call infants worthless, but like, infants are worthless when they need a little bit more pizzazz to them. I guess. To be fair, it isn't a huge deal, and like realistically, the baby life state is only 3 days on a normal lifespan, and your Sims don't spend any time at all as babies, realistically, in the scheme of things, and they focus a lot on like the young adult life states and stuff because of the fact that you spend the most time as them, which makes sense, I guess, but also there's a difference between like spending time as a baby and basically being non-existent as a baby, because babies in The Sims are literally objects. And I guess, you know, infants in real life aren't I don't, like, they just kind of sleep and stuff, sleep and cry, but like, I don't know, I wish that I could pick it up and hold it some more. I know that I can't, and I won't ever be able to, but can I at least pick it up and put it in a crib instead? This is my formal request for more baby furniture. Or more toddler furniture, at least, that could look like baby furniture. I need more nursery furniture, you know? Like, I want a changing table. And I want, like, what else do we had cute things in The Sims 3. I just want nursery furniture, because that is a big part of people's lives, like, setting up a nursery for their new baby, and then we don't have any of that in The Sims 4. It's kind of sad. So, maybe someday. But you'll see I'm landscaping now. It all is completely free. And, it's also fall in the game right now, so the lot looks horrible. Like, all the plants are dead. It's so sad. But in the screenshots, I've got it during the summer, so you can actually see the color of the plants and stuff. It looks a lot better and less brown and sad and dirty. Like, it looks just kind of like old and dirty right now, especially like the plants that are growing on the ground. Those don't look very good, I will admit, but in the summertime it looks a lot better. They're actually green and not dead, so I will have those screenshots for you at the end if you want to see what it actually looks like. But it's much better this way, and I don't know why it had to exist like this. I mean, I was building it in fall because my Sims were in fall and they needed a house in fall, but it was very, very sad. I actually built this during my 12-hour stream. I did a subathon like a couple weeks ago, and I streamed myself building this house. Well, I was streaming myself playing with these Sims, and then I built it because I was like, you know what, forget it, I need a house. Like, I downloaded like 4, and I was like, I don't like these, I can't use them, and then I just built one of my own, because I was very adamant, like, I'm not going to build one, I'm going to download one. I always build my own things, and I don't want to right now, but then I built it anyway, because I just have no self-control, and I can't play in other people's builds. I only ever build my own things, and I can't play in someone else's build. I don't know why it is, but I'm so picky, and I'm a control freak, and I just can't do it. And so I ended up just giving it and making my own. But you can see it's coming to an end now. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. Also, if you want to watch this VOD, it's like many hours long, but I'll link my second channel down below. I upload all my streams again onto my More Simsie channel. If you want to go back and watch them, you can. But anyway, it's on the gallery. My origin ID is lilsimsie. Check it out if you want to download it. But with all that being said, bye. See, I tried to add on to my outro and it just ended really horribly. I don't know, this always happens to me. I can't do change. It's been too long, I'm too stuck in my ways.